Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody today on this beautiful day? Wow, is it gorgeous out there? So good to see you. I'm Courtney Fuchs. I'm Vice President of the Unity Council. You are at Unity of Fort Collins, just in case you took a wrong turn somewhere. Okay, if we can everybody get in their seats, gather, center ourselves. You know, a lot of you, like myself, are spending a lot of time in our gardens right now, right? It's so beautiful. And I got thinking that coming here is the tending to our inner garden, don't you think? We're watering and nurturing. We're weeding out the old beliefs, old thought systems, and nurturing those seeds and really helping the divine beauty in us to grow and be a light in the world. So thank God for this church. I'm so thrilled to be here and have them feed my soul that way. So do we have anybody here who is here for the first time or back after a long time? If you'll just raise your hand, welcome. We'll just recognize you. Did you get a welcome handout when you came in? No. Okay, so Dawn, if you'll give him, oh, you do have it. Okay, good. Oh, you just got one. You guys are fast. Dawn, if you'll give him, oh, you do have it. Okay, good. Oh, you just got one. You guys are fast. Wow, I didn't even have time to. Okay, well, welcome. And there's coffee and treats over in the bookstore, so help yourself. You're welcome to have it here in your seat. And we also have a very large group that watches online. They watch us either live as we're streaming, or they might watch us later, or even if you see a service that you particularly like, you can go and watch it again because you want to pick up some finer details. And the way we're trying to really let people know about that's kind of newer is on our website. We have a live streaming page, so you can watch it right there now. You don't have to go anywhere else. But if you're used to other places like YouTube or Facebook, we are also streaming there, and you can watch live or later on any of those places. So feel free to check us out. Today, Carola Guzman. We're very happy to have her here with us. Yeah. As you may and Paolo are the ones that are installing the elephant garden out on the back property there. So they're in charge of that. They've designed it. They're installing it. So we're super excited to see some dirt things happening. So that's so exciting. But she's going to be talking about the footprints of the mind. And our reader is Cynthia Tate. And our musician is John Magny and the choir. Yeah. Okay, we want to remind you, sorry, oh, I didn't even, yes, I did. We want to remind you that we have these 5 wishes booklets in the bookstore where we put a $5 suggested love offering on them, and there's also a planner for your celebration of life service. So check it out. It's very thorough. It would really help your family to understand what your wishes are towards the end. So it's just a really helpful booklet so they don't have to be guessing or fighting amongst themselves about what to do. On June 3rd, we have at 10 a.m., we have a Course in Miracles that happens on Zoom. Kathy, that's every Wednesday, right? Where's Kathy? There. Okay, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. on Zoom, and you can get a Zoom link from Julie, I think. She just writes Julie or gets from you, too. Okay. But yeah, so if you study the Course in Miracles or never studied the Course in Miracles, it's a wonderful course, and Kathy has been leading that group for how long now? A long time. And John, okay, John, I didn't know you were doing it too. Okay, awesome. All right. On Thursday, June 4th, there's an interfaith council meeting at UCC Plymouth, and it's at 9 a.m. Everyone's welcome to attend that and, touch base with other faith traditions around Fort Collins. It's a wonderful organization. And I'm going to turn it over to the announcers for a minute, and then I'll come back.
Morning, everybody, and online. 'Tis the season for sunburns and senior moments for me. I think they started in high school and just keep doing it. A couple of months ago, I was beginning to move, and I came to Unity, and I have 2 big, beautiful aloe plants that I was trying to find homes for. One has a blue pot, one has a green pot, and 2 people agreed to take them, and I can't remember who it was. So if it was you, they're right by the front door. Please put your name on them, and we can help you get them in your car. If the people who said they would don't want to, they still need homes. So if you're like me and you sunburn easy, raise your hand if you had said yes to a pot. Okay, so, okay, beautiful. All right, I guess they're gone. Perfect. Thank you for the problem solving.
Good morning. My name is Megara, and I am your prayer chaplain today. So if you have something that you need a little help with, I'd be happy to share that space with you. And if you have something to celebrate, that's even good too. We can do both of those. I'll be back in the Myrtle room after the session.
Say that 10 times real fast. Come on up, Lisa. Nice and careful. Good job. No falling. No falling this time.
Hello, I am Lisa, and I'm not in charge of Pride this year because we're too busy, but we are going to do the march, which is this Friday, June 5th. We are going to meet at 5 o'clock at the at Cooper Smith's, the horse that's there. It's kind of not in the alley, but behind Tom and Jerry's, and Jerry. My age. So if anyone likes to come, bring a poster. We're also going to try to do a little bit of theme song with it, and because there is a lot of bullhorn shouting during it, so I thought we'd try to do something a little different. And so we're going to do something with Elise's Everyday song. So if you have the words, because they're pretty poignant, try to learn some of them. We're gonna do something with them. Trying to convince her to come sing with us, but I don't know. 5 o'clock, Old Town, Cooper Smith's The Horse. See you there.
Hi, friends. So we have been on this elephant garden journey. So it's God in action for sure. There's no way this could have happened without divine intervention. So we have a labyrinth out here that we have had for a super long time. 1994. How many of you have walked our labyrinth? Woohoo! So the labyrinth in its old glory needs to be upgraded to be ADA accessible, to be part of the elephant garden. So we're going to bless the change that more people can participate in this labyrinth. So if you have an attachment to the labyrinth, go it and for all it's been. And let's look forward to what it becomes. So when my son was 8 or 10, we lost him in the Grace Cathedral. And he went back upstairs and we found him in the labyrinth. And he got done walking it for the second time. And he came out and he said, this is the kind of place that makes you shiver with delight. So we have one that makes you shiver with delight, and the new one will be even better. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Paolo, and very happy to be here in this very auspicious day. So I guess you guys are parting ways with the labyrinth, and we would love to help out in terms of rallying our community to come in and move rocks from one place to the other. And so we have that we're posting, excuse me, on our website, elephantgarden.org. We're gonna have the iPad out there with a QR code for people to join our mailing list. So you're in the loop for the events. The first gathering that 6 on Saturday next week. Workshops with posting and talking about that. So that's going to be fun. Especially, I mean, kids love to play with the worm, so bring your family. And we're hoping this Tuesday mornings as a volunteer day, or community garden day that we call it, and Saturdays in the morning as well. In other events, so we have June 6th here, but we have, if you guys want to join us, at Yoga in the Square on Saturday, June 13th. Elephant Garden, spreading the word. And the June tour is another event on June 27th. So all those events will be communicated in our website as well. And we'll have more. Hopefully everyone can join, or whoever wants to participate as a volunteer. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, so they'll be right in the entry to the right here. So if you want to sign up for their newsletter, just stop by there after the service. Next week, we will have David Stallings as our speaker, and he will speak about his spiritual journey to the Baha'i faith. We've had him speak before, and he was very interesting. This Wednesday, the walking group, which meets every Wednesday at 8:30, is going to be meeting at City Park by the swimming pool. They walk from 8:30 to 10:30. And then, Jim, you want me to announce your class, or you want to announce it? No. Do you want me to, Joe? Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure you want to. Yeah, so on Thursdays, Reverend Jim is giving a class called Understanding Your Soul, the Channeled Wisdom of Jesus. It'll invite you to journey towards self-discovery through today's messages from Jesus. Jesus helps make sense of our lives by offering a compassionate guide to understanding life's challenges, soul lessons, and the pursuit of inner peace. It's on Zoom at 1 o'clock, so you can RSVP on the website. You just go to the events page and then click on the RSVP. And then finally, just making sure you know that Unity of Fort Collins is on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So as you probably know, our algorithms, or your algorithms, will be spread more far and wide into people's algorithms, I should say it that way, if you like and comment and share our posts. So that just helps us get a little more visibility. So feel free to do that when you check us out there. And I think that's it. Okay, let's all take a deep breath. Go to our hearts, and center ourselves. And now together we'll say our unity blessing. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world.
All right, good morning. We're just going ahead with the choir and gospel, the choir and the band. I don't know where that gospel came in. The choir and the band for all three songs today. And I just want John Kuhn. So now can you People be let your spirit. All right. I think we got Cynthia. Is going to come up and do a little reading for us here.
I don't know what they're singing next. I listen to my children. That's one of them.
Good morning, beautiful friends. It's good to be here. Okay, this is a reading from a little book called A Lamp in the Darkness by Jack Kornfield. And this section is called Mindfulness of the Mind. Who is your enemy? Asked Buddha. Mind is your enemy. No one can harm you more than your own mind untamed. And who is your friend? Mind is your friend. No one can help you more than your own mind wisely trained. Not even your own mother or father. How can we be mindful of the mind in the mind? Just as there's a river of bodily sensations passing through consciousness, just as there's a river of 500 emotions passing through us, there's also a river of thoughts. If you try to sit silently for a minute, what happens? Does your mind become quiet and stay quiet? The mind will not become quiet upon command. Instead, what most people experience is the inner waterfall, a cascading stream of thoughts. It's like a cartoon I saw once of a car crossing the vast landscape of the Utah desert, where a roadside sign says, "Your own tedious thoughts the next 200 miles." So, the first thing you can do is to listen to your thoughts with mindful awareness. You will see the evanescent nature of thoughts, that they are fleeting ideas, all impermanent. And then you can begin to realize that just because you have a thought doesn't mean you have to believe it, much less act on it, and certainly not get caught up in the whole stream of them. You can release the mind of some of its more dangerous patterns. Observing the mind with mindfulness brings liberation. Even in great difficulty, you can become aware that you are in the presence of mystery, and this experience alone is breathtaking in its power. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, we've got a friend here, me and Francesco, named Doc Strachan. And he wrote this really cool song called The Wake Up Call. So we're gonna, oh wait, in E, right? Away for when you're away. A little is hiding. Still but as soon to come into the light. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Doug wrote there, huh? Yes, now it's your turn.
Hello. Oh, it sounds. Good morning to you for coming here today. Today it's the most important day in the Buddhist calendar. Today is Vesak, or Sakadawa. So all Buddhist practitioners today, May 31st, we celebrate the birth, the enlightenment, and the pass away or paranirvana of the Buddha. So it's a very, very auspicious day. And I want to tell a little story about the Buddha. So right before the Buddha passed away, one of his disciples or his students asked him, you know, Buddha, which of the 3 jewels is the most important? The 3 jewels are the foundational pillars of Buddhism, which are the teacher, or Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, which are the Buddha is the teacher, the Dharma are the teachings, and the Sangha is a community. And the Buddha answered right before he passed away, he said, you know, from these 3 jewels, the most important is community, is the Sangha. Because the Sangha or the community help us to walk the path. So thank you, Reverend Jim, and thank you for inviting me to give this talk to your spiritual community. It's very important to have spiritual friends and to value and appreciate so much this jewel, because we don't have it very often. So thank you for inviting me. So today the talk is called The Footprints of the Mind. And so where footprints come? So footprints come from an action, right? Cynthia was talking about negative actions. So we want to talk about today about actions before we talk about the footprints. So the footprints comes from actions that arise in the mind. And so I want to explore a little bit in this talk the different types of actions. So actions are kind of divided in 3, right? But before I tell about the types of the actions, I want to talk, what is action? So action is an energy in movement, right? It's energy that makes a movement. And these movements can come from volitional actions, conscious actions, but also can come from unconscious actions, right? In the Buddhism, they call it like the winds or the karma tendencies that are these unconscious actions or that comes from conditioned mind that we can't control, right? We react, it's very impulsive, and these are like the winds that they call in Buddhism. So these are like 2 different types of actions, and all these 2 actions leave a footprint in our mind. And there are the 3 different types of actions. We can categorize it in 3. Ones are the physical actions, the second one are the verbal actions, and the third one are the actions or mental actions. The first one who starts with the body, that are created by the body, right? Like stealing, killing, or hitting someone, but also could be hugging someone or rescuing someone or an animal, right? Or helping or giving our hand to someone that needs physical help. And the actions of verbal actions comes from our speech. So it also could be, like gossip, or chattering, or speaking with harsh, yeah. But also could be speaking with kindness, also could be telling the truth. So these different types. Ones come from volitional, more conscious actions, and other ones come from this conditioned mind, right? And the third ones are the mental actions or the mental activity, like our thoughts, like memories, but also are these afflictions, mental afflictions, like all these categories of envy, anger, pride, all these emotions and different types of emotions, but also could be all these spectrum of virtues that it comes from compassion, like generosity, patience. So it could be also the other side, right? So these are these three different, like we said, body, speech, and mind activities, right? But all these three are interconnected. All these three arises from the same place that is the mind. And this has two different qualities. One is that they have the potential to growth if we feed them, and the other one is that they have the potential to leave a trace, like a footprint, right? And the first one, I'm going to explain it like a kind of example. Let's think about a seed, right? So in terms of seed and soil, let's think about our actions as a seed that we plant in the soil. If we put a seed in the soil, it will grow if we have all the conditions, right? If we have water, if we have sun, if we have humidity, if we have all the proper conditions for it to grow. But we need to water time in order for it to grow. So sometimes we water a lot our seeds, but sometimes our negative seeds, like the reading, right? So we get angry, and then we feed it more. We get more angry, and then we start with our parents feeding more and more and more. And they have the potential to grow because they get stronger. But also, we can do good actions or beneficial actions, right? So we can help others, and then we start feeding that. They will grow, and it helps us to become more generous and more generous and more compassionate, and so on. And so this is an example of how our actions have the potential to grow actions, and they are planted in a seed. And also, as an example, if we plant a seed in, in fall, maybe we have potential to grow it, or we plant it in summer. But there is a certain season where there's not many conditions for it to grow, right? So less potential, and there's more potential when we plant it in certain time. So that's kind of how it works with the actions. So, for example, this day it is said that in Besak, if we do a good actions, or if we help others, it is multiplying by many, many, many times, right? And this is not something very esoteric. It is something more common sense. For example, if we get angry in next Monday with our husband, probably we won't talk to him, right? And we will be, trying to escape and not talk to him. But next Tuesday, we will be fine. Nothing happened, whatever, it's fine, right? And we kiss each other again, and it's perfect. The week go on. But if we get angry on a Monday, and that's our birthday, and not only our birthday, but we are celebrating our 60th birthday, right? And you will never, ever forget that you get angry that day with your husband. That footprint will be printed. And you will always remember that in your 6th birthday, you get angry with your husband, right? But you will never remember if that's any other Monday. So also actions have a certain activity, and they get stronger, right? And also when we do actions in community, they get stronger. If we do plant a seed, or if we, all the community plant a seed, it gets more power. So that's how more or less actions work. And the second quality of the actions are the potential to leave a trace. So for example, think about the algorithm, right, in technology. They were talking here about the algorithm. So actions are literally like, it works exactly like an algorithm. So if we search on Google, or we post something on Facebook, or we post something on Instagram, we are leaving a trace, right, in the cloud. And that's why the algorithm brings us the same information, right? If we Google, oh, pizza near me, right? Then we go to Instagram, and all the ads of Pizza Hut, Domino's, and every ad of pizza start to pop up. It's not because they know that we are hungry and want a pizza. It's just because we are putting that in the cloud, and all the algorithm starts to appear. So it's exactly the same. If we go to a restaurant, and then we get very mad with the waitress because our food comes very late and it's cold, and we have a very reactive and impulsive reaction or action, then next time, probably more of that, because we were not able to control our actions. And then we will have more of that, and probably we are like feeding this, this plant, and then we are bringing more and more of those scenes and scenarios in order for us to get more angry, right? But that's it. There we can help others, and then more opportunities come, like the algorithm, to help others, right? And this helps us to be more generous, to be more compassionate. So that's how actions work, and we are leaving a trace in our mind. And these traces have a huge impact, not only in our mind, but in others. And this is very important to understand. So this is more or less about the actions. And so here is when the elephant comes, right? So the elephant comes here because it's a very symbolic animal that leaves a footprint. A footprint of an elephant is not the same as a footprint of a dog, right? It's huge. It really impacts. You can see it right in the soil. So it's exactly the same of our actions. It leaves literally a footprint in our mind, and in there, in our mind, inside, but also outside, right? It impacts all the people around us because we are interconnected. So we can fit the next slide. Yeah, I don't know if there's yeah, thank you. So there's the elephant, so you can start imagining, the footprints. So in ancient India, the elephant was a very important animal, right? It was the strongest animal in those times. And, it was used for wars. So it was very, very important. So teachers in India, in ancient Buddhism, they bring the animal or this elephant to compare it to the mind. So because the elephant is a very strong animal, it can be tamed, but also if it's not untamed, the elephant could destroy villages, could destroy everything that is in their path if he walks not with consciousness, right? If he's not trained, that's why it was used for wars. But also, if they train it correctly, right? It was a very useful animal. It was able to develop and be very wise and very gentle. And so that's why teachers in that times were comparing the elephant with the activities of the mind, because it is exactly the same. Our mind can destroy, it has the potential to destroy societies, to destroy countries, to destroy ourselves with our patterns, with our habits, right? but it also has the potential to be wise, to help others, to be useful, right? And to do great things. But it needs to be tamed. That's why the word is tamed. That they use it in Buddhism, the word tame more than trained. But we need to train our minds, right? And it's very important to understand because footprints leave, as I said, a huge, huge trace. They start putting traces. And so the question here is, how can we train our minds? How can I tame the elephant, right? So since you cannot tame the minds of others, only you have tamed your own, being by taming your own mind. So it's very connected with what Cynthia was sharing today with the reading, right? We need to train our own minds. We cannot tame others' minds. We have to take responsibility of this. And so I bring today, so the next slide, this is a tanka. A tanka is a Buddhist painting which has so much symbolism and archetypes, and it's very detailed, and it's a painting. It's a huge painting. Usually tankas. I think there's a tanka here, here in the library. So that's a tanka, and it's a beautiful painting that has a classic text, a classic Buddhist text. So this is a classic Buddhist text. And it's all compiled in just one drawing or in just one painting. So I want to explain a little bit about like the basic of this painting, because it's very related with the talk. And it's the principal character, the main character is the elephant, representing the mind. So this is the painting. This paint is called The 9 Stages of the Mental Development, also called the 9 Stages of Shamatha meditation. Shamatha meditation is like the queen of the practices in Buddhism. So without having the fundamentals of this practice, you cannot do any other practice, right? Why? Because shamatha, or especially this meditation practice, help us to develop two things: to bring calm abiding, or calm or stillness in our body, speech, and mind, but also to bring clarity. These two things are like the main things that we want to find, and these are like the fundamentals of any other practice. So this is why it's called the queen of the practices. And this painting and this comes from, it's inspired by this classic Buddhist text called The 9 Stages of Shamatha Meditation that was created by an ancient Buddhist master, very, very important in Buddhism, called Asanga. So Asanga in the 4th century was a great, great master that he compiled all these teachings and he made all these texts. And then they do the tanka, this drawing, that explains how the mind is moving through all these stages with this technology, with a meditation, right? Because we want to ask, oh, how can I don't leave these footprints, these negative footprints, right? So there's a solution. That's the good thing. There's a solution, and the solution here, Asanga said, well, we need to train our mind. We need to practice meditation. And these are the stages, right? So I want to explain today a little bit about these. So it starts, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of far. I will may also give this, if you can circle it. This is kind of more clear. But here is a monk. So the main characters here is the monk, is an elephant. It's a monkey, right? It's a rope, it's a hook, there's fire. In these, I don't know why it doesn't appear here, the fire, but there's so many other type of tankas, but also it starts with the fire. And there's also a rabbit, and there's the rainbow at the end, and there's the Buddha. But it starts with the monk, right? And the elephant. The elephant represents here the mind. And it's black because the obscurations of the mind. So I'm not a scholar, but I will just explain the basics, because this is a very profound painting that needs to be explained by an appropriate teacher, but I will just explain a little bit. So it's black because it's the obscurations of the mind, the negative actions. And you see how the elephant is running, right? It's running, it's very reactive, very impulsive, and the leader is not the monk. Here is the monkey. So in Buddhism, we call the monkey mind. So the monkey mind is the distractions, right? And it also could be emotions and afflictions, because those are distractions of the mind. So it represents the activities of the mind. And here, the elephant, it's been led by the monkey, and it's running, it's very impulsive, right? And the monkey is like trying to chase him. And the monk here is the teacher, the teachings. This is the stage of study, when we are starting to study and to learn more. How can I tame my mind, right? And after that, it's the monk brings the rope. The rope, it's the symbol of mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness. And he wants to catch, right? He wants to bring, because mindfulness, the main meaning of mindfulness, is to bring the mind, right, to the present, and it's really to recollect the mind. That's the correct term of mindfulness, to recollect the mind. So bring the mind to the present. So he's trying to catch the elephant, and it's still black, but it's kind of slow, right? It's slower, and the monkey's kind of a little bit slower too, and but he's not able to catch it. And then after that, he catches, the monk catches. So once we start our practice in this stage, the mind it's being cut, and it's coming back to the present moment. And this could be any mindfulness practice, just like a prayer, right? Like just a breath, or just walking mindfully. It's just we're bringing the mind to the present moment. So here, the elephant, it's not watching the monkey, it's kind of not following the monkey anymore. The gaze is to the monk, right? To the teacher. So it's like us, we become the teacher, we bring the tool, the technology, we catch the mind, we bring it to the present moment. And then the elephant starts to become white. It is white because it's clarity. It starts to be more clarity, the mind starts to become more clear. So that's why it's white now. Half of the elephant is white. And now it's been hooked, right? Hooked means alertness, awareness, right? So it's not only mindfulness, but it's also being, I don't know how to say it in English, but the attention is vigilant, like right to one point. What? Focus, yeah, it's focus, right? It's not only I bring my mind here, but I have to focus on this, right? And then the elephant starts to become more white, and now who is leading? Now the monk is leading, exactly, right? Because now we are in charge of our mind. Now we know how to discern. So in this stage, it's not our conditioned mind, but our, all these programming mind that comes since we were a child or past lives, whatever. But we are leading our mind. We are in charge of our actions. We are able to discern, right? Not choosing, but discern from the different options that we have in our lives, right? So here is where discernment starts. We are able to act and not react impulsively. And so now the monkey's in charge. You know, the elephant is kind of very slow here. We are walking very mindfully. It's not footprints everywhere, right? We are like, oh, is there an ant or is there an animal? We try to see very mindfully what is in our path, who is in our path, because we don't want to harm anyone, right? Or harm less. So now there's a lot of fire in the first stages, and fire is action. We need a lot of effort. So in the first stages, we need to sit. We need to put our clocks and say, oh, I need to go to the church in Sunday. I need to be there. It needs a lot of action. And in the other ones, we just go because it's just there, right? The habit is already there. But at the first stages, we need that habit. So it needs more fire because action is fire. So then we are in the last one. The monkey is leading, the tail is a little bit black, obscurations are leaving, and after that, the monkey is finally at the end. The monkey mind is there. We are not being distracted by those mental activities, right? Afflictions cannot move us. We just observe it, like the monkey mind is there, but we are able to still be in the path and walk slowly, right? So if we are in our house and something, or in this talk, and something bad happens to the sound, we see the monkey mind wants to get angry, wants to do something, wants to react. We just observe the monkey mind, and we still walk, right? So it's more or less this stage. And at the end, the elephant is completely white, right? It's no more obscurations. Monkey mind at the end disappears. The monk is leading, and finally the monk rests, sits, and the elephant too, because the path is coming to an end. So it's finished, completely finished. And after that, it starts the rainbow path, which means that we are reaching those states of joy, peace, and calm, right? So it's like that, the meaning of enlightenment, but enlightenment means not that we will become gods or that we're going to fly. It just means we are able to walk in this earth. We are able to walk even the many, many, many challenges that we have, that we are able to move through all that suffering with joy, peace, and calm. That's really enlightenment and clarity. It's just finding joy and peace in our journey. Mm-hmm. Even the old challenges and problems that surround us. So that's the end. They find the elephant, and the monk is now seated above the elephant, so now is above the mind, and it finds the nature of the mind, or the Buddha nature. That's how it is called. So the Buddha nature is the fundamentals of the mind, where it arises the virtues, right? Generosity, compassion, patience, equanimity, basically. So that's the end of the path. So this is an amazing, I bring this tanka because I feel like it represents very much the elephant. That's what the curiosity of, I think, everyone. And it's a very symbolic, and it's the stages of the mind when we train the mind. When we are committed, right, to a practice or to a spiritual path. And it's very interesting how we can leave all that colors of those obscurations, and then we become very clear, our mind becomes very clear. So just to start closing the talk, just observe the monkey is not getting rid of the elephant. The monkey is not getting rid of the monkey. The monkey is not, right? Is not angry with him. He wants to be friend with the mind, and at the end they are friends. And that's what we want to do. If we want to walk this journey, and we want to leave footprints with more consciousness, we need to befriend our mind, just like the monk. right? We need to become friends with our mind. Even if at the beginning it's running, it's all over the place, and it has a lot of obscurations, we want to become its best friend, right? And the good thing is that we don't have to walk this path alone, and that's another one. We can walk this path in community, and it's way more powerful. Way, way more powerful. So, because today is a very specious day, I want to close with this. So, this path, we can train our minds, and we can leave these footprints in our. We can leave these footprints in our mind, very good activities of the mind, together in community, because that's very powerful. And as I said at the beginning, this is very important to practice community. It is really, really a jewel to have spiritual friends. It's not very easy to find it. It's really a jewel, and we have to appreciate it and take as much as possible advantage of it and train our mind together, because it has way more impact in our lives and in the lives of others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carola. Our thoughts are prayer, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayer. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. Indeed, a
So let's very gentle close our eyes, and let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale deep and exhale, and inhale deep and exhale, and one more time. Inhale deep and exhale. And remember all the words, the number of words you have said since you were born. And now you have the opportunity to be in silence. Try to remember how many steps you have walked in this life, and now you have the opportunity to be seated in stillness. Try to think about all the amount of thoughts and memories that comes to your mind every day. And now you have the opportunity just to observe them. And bring your consciousness to your body, to your belly button. And feel your body breathing, contracting every time it exhales, and expanding every time it breathes. Inhale. And now, think about all that footprints that you're leaving behind in your life, and just observe what type of footprints you're leaving in your path. Don't judge anything. Be very gentle and kind with yourself. Just observe the type of footprints that you're leaving. Are there footprints of hurry, worry, of anger, pride, or they are footprints of compassion, love, generosity? Just observe that and stay there. And now bring to the mind someone that you care about. It could be a friend, a member of your family, someone from your community. And ask yourself, what footprints can you leave in his life or her life or their lives? Expand this reflection, this contemplation, and ask yourself, what footprints would I like to live in this world today and from now on? Stay there with this conversation within yourself and rest for a minute. Bring that intention to your heart and slowly bring your consciousness again to your body. Breathe in slowly, very slowly, and exhale very, very slowly. And little by little, when you feel ready, start to open your eyes. And may all beings have happiness, and that your intention can be seated in your heart and can take action from today and next days and next days and years. Thank you. Little by little.
May the blessings of God rest upon me. May God's peace abide in me. May God's presence illuminate my heart now and forevermore. May the blessings of God rest upon you. May God's peace abide in you. May God's presence illuminate your heart now and forevermore. May the blessings peace abiding in us. May God's presence illuminate our hearts now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
Well, thank you, Carola. We are so blessed to have you and Paula's. We regard you as part of our Sangha, right? We are so blessed to have you involved in this community. In unity, we say, thoughts in mind repeat after their kind, or reproduce after their kind. So your message is right in line with what we teach in this community. And I guess we all have an elephant garden, don't we? An elephant garden of our mind. So let's watch our thoughts, even in this very moment, as we prepare to take our offering. Do we have thoughts of blessing, thoughts of gratitude? So as we prepare our offering, let's bless it with the words on the screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Mr. Steve. We had one song, the family song, Stone, one part. And go. Sometimes, and my so am no better. different. And so so yeah.
Well, to get the
Shine this little light of let it shine from light. Let it shine.
Outside, we played, and we did some building of things today in the classroom. Anything else that you guys want to say? Did you enjoy riding the new tricycles? Oh, they figured out the ramp with the new tricycle. That was a blast. And Wood helped put the tricycle together today, and he and I did the back, well, he basically did all the back work, and Kai did too, of putting stuff together for them to play. So it was a good.
Thank you, Nancy. So, Carola, for bringing our and all of our musicians and our so let's just watch our elephant minds this week, and let's go service. So to get the love of God enfolds us, the power of God us, the presence of God with us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.